Good evening. How are you? It is Monday, January 10th, 2022, and we are doing Fire, Water, Air, and Earth. We pull 4 cards, 1 card for each sign of the Zodiac. So if you're a fire sign, you'll be looking at the first card. A water sign, you'll be looking at the second card. Air sign, third card, and earth sign, fourth card. So on and so forth. We like to start with a quote, so why don't we do that? This is a good one. It's from a gentleman named Russell Amos Kirk, and he died probably around 1994, I believe. And he was an American political theorist. He's a moralist, a historian, a social critic, and literary critic. And his writings and his teachings contribute quite a bit to the American conservative movement, because conservation is something we all care about, and that's what conservative means. It means to conserve. Of course, that definition has been bastardized a lot recently in the age of information and misinformation. But I digress. And on that note, let's take a look at this quote. It's a short one from Russell Kirk. "The past refuses to be dismissed, for it is the voice of all human wisdom." I think it's a great quote, and I think it's a great, it applies perfectly to the tarot. The tarot has been around for ages. Some say as far back as ancient Egypt. And because it has a lot of astrological connections, if you look not into the not too far away history, I mean, our current lifestyle is so drastically different than things were about 100 years ago. If you can imagine, 100 years ago, we didn't have televisions. We didn't have screens at all, except for movie screens. But and even farther back, people would look to the stars and look to each other for stories and inspiration and news. So with this tarot deck, we look to the stars, we look to history, and we look to the quiet inner voice inside ourselves, that little intuition that tells us truth. Because as we all know, truth is not always on the television, regardless of what it's saying. So I digress again. Let's get started. We've got 4 cards here. We've got fire, water, air, and earth. Okay. Now we're using a new deck tonight. We're using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. I got one of those small little pocket decks that comes in one of these tins. It's really, really nice. And this one is the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. It's one of my favorites. So let's take a look. For you fire signs, that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We've got the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups has to do with emotion. We're dealing with emotion here, and emotional events and people who inspire and elicit emotions from ourselves. And take a look at this guy. He's walking away from the cups, so he's walking away from something. And there's a little bit of sadness in this card, so to speak. Maybe there's a situation in your life where you've just put in a lot of emotional energy, and it's time maybe to take a step away, and let things lie for a bit. Maybe taking some time away from others, taking time away from charged emotional situations and people, and returning to yourself. You've got the moon there, kind of in eclipse. So when the moon is in an eclipse, you've got the sun and the moon. In between is the earth. So casting a shadow onto the moon. So take a look. This card is indicative of taking some time for yourself, looking within, taking time away from other people, reflecting on things. Um, you've said your piece on the matter, and nothing seems to be getting done about it. So maybe it's time to take a step away and let things um, play out as they might. Um, we sometimes feel like we need to control or have control over a lot of things in the world. Humility will teach us that we don't have a lot of control, and it's often good to just let go and see how things go. So, with this, in any for you fire signs, any type of emotional situation, maybe take a step back away from it. Um, reconnect with yourself, let things lie, and don't put any more energy into it, emotional energy. For you water signs, that'd be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. You've got the Queen of Wands reversed. Let's take a look at her upright. Look at her. She's pretty confident. She's pretty determined. She's holding on to not only the rod, the wand there, but also the sunflower. And you've got it reversed. So oftentimes these cards represent people in our lives or aspects of ourselves. Are you um, not recognizing the confidence in someone in your life? Maybe it's yourself. Um, are you in conflict with someone? Are you in conflict with yourself? Kind of expressing yourself and showing your value, your confidence. Are you not taking hold of the situation? Are you letting things fall as you might? So, in contrast to the fire signs, you water signs might need to be taking over a little bit more and trying to do a little bit more. Take the bull by the horn, so to speak. Put some energy, invest some energy into the situation. Um, and be confident and strong and upright and determined. Look at the piercing gaze of the Queen of Rods. She's not going to back down, and she's not scared. So maybe it's time to speak out, say what you need to say, and express yourself. For you air signs, that would be Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. We've got the Empress. Look at that card. What a beautiful card, huh? So for you air signs, how are you feeling? How are things going in your life? Do you feel like you're upon your throne? Are you feeling comfortable? Are the people around you making you feel like the Empress? Um, Empress is a card of beauty and um, art and kind of pleasant surroundings. Um, she's kind of lived her life. She's got the shield with the eagle on it, so to speak. So she's had her battles. She's fought a lot of battles, and she's won quite a few of them. And she knows how to defend herself. Her heart is pure and um, true, and she's a nurturer of nature and others. That's indicative of the lotus that she has there, and she's in touch with her emotions. She's got the moon at her feet there. So Aquarians, Librans, and Geminis, um, this should be you. If you're not feeling that way or not seeing yourself in that way, why not? Um, start it. Start. Now's a good time to start. Beginning of a new year. You are the Empress. Take control and Make sure that the people around you are nurturing and recognizing who you are, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. And for you, Earth signs, that'd be Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. You've got the magician, and he's reversed. Let's take a look at him upright. The magician is dynamic, smart, capable, driven, initiatory, meaning he takes initiative, clever, um, clear in his path and clear in his skills. He knows what he can do, and he knows what he's got to do. So for you, Earth signs, this may be a time of defining those skills, defining those that drive, defining that goal. It's a goal setting card, and it's a kind of a take stock card as well. Take stock of the tools that you have. You see the magician has tools on his table there. He's got the pentacle, the sword, the rod, and the cup. Those are his tools with which that he can do things. And he's also grasping hold of another. It looks like a scroll there. So he's taking his knowledge and he's applying it. And the infinity sign is that indication that he's connected to something bigger than himself, connected to God. God is infinity. So for you Earth signs, if you're not feeling like you've got a goal, or you're feeling like you don't have the skills, or you're feeling like, or you're thinking and feeling, sometimes they overlap with each other. Whatever it is, change that mindset and take the steps necessary to be the magician, and take initiative and go forward with confidence and drive. That's it. Thanks a lot for joining. I'm going to do a shameless plug here. Take a look at this lovely tumbler. This one is the tumbler for cancers. It's got the symbol for Cancer on it. It's 20 ounces. It's got some good water in here. You too can enjoy that water in your lovely tumbler. Links in the bio. Share with your friends. And we'll see you next week. Take care.